In the previous lesson, we selected a font. In this section, we're going to talk about page breaks and section breaks, which is a strategy that Microsoft Word uses to separate different sections of your document. Let's open manuscript.doc. To quickly recap, this document has 3 short stories. The first story is a story called A Case for Exemption. The second story is a story called In the Desert. I'm going to do Control F on my keyboard to pull up the search and just find that story quickly. I have formatting marks turned on. Let's establish a problem that occurred way back when I typed this document. I had my single manuscript with 3 stories inside of it. You will recall that that document was formatted at 8.5 by 11 inches. And it looked well. By all appearances, the stories were aligned on new pages. When I changed the size of the document, the margins, the line spacing to 5 by 8 inches, that's the size of the document, things went a little bit haywire. My story was no longer aligned the way that it should be aligned in my document. My formatting marks show that I have pressed the Enter key to separate my stories. And when I resized the document, it introduced a problem. Luckily, Microsoft Word has a feature called page break. What a page break does is introduces a new page at the point where the cursor is located. To quickly demonstrate what a page break does is I'm going to jump across to Insert, and then I'm going to click this option that says page break. If I was to resize this document back to 8.5 by 11, this page break would hold true. Regardless of the size of the document, the page break applies at the point that I inserted it. So I'll quickly remove these additional paragraphs that I have, and my page break holds. Every new story that we have usually starts on a new page. We've already established that you want to avoid hitting the Enter key multiple times to go to a new page. A page break works fine. What we want to talk about though is something called a section break. Chances are different sections of your book are going to include different headings, different chapter names, different page names, how you want it formatted. Microsoft Word has a feature called a section break. You will find it on the Layout tab. Let's establish what a section break is and how it is useful when formatting a book. A section break does multiple things. It introduces a page break, which is helpful. It also creates multiple sections in the same document. The great news about that is that you could format different sections in different ways. For example, in different chapters, you may want to have different page headings. You may want to have a different structure for your page numbers. If you think about the front of your book where you have your copyright page, your table of contents, you may want no page number at all. So a section break is useful in that it introduces a new page break and it allows you to format different sections of your book differently. Throughout this course, we will be using section breaks, specifically the section break that says next page. So let's insert the section break between these 2 stories using the option that says to start the section break on the next page. Because I have formatting marks turned on, it shows me where the section break was inserted. On the page with the new story, I will remove the paragraph marks. I'm scrolling to the end of the story so that I could insert a section break between the second and the third story. Let me insert the section break on the Layout tab. I'm going to insert a section break on the next page, and then I'll remove these paragraph marks by hitting the Delete key. And there we go. I love how our book is taking shape. We have 3 short stories with section breaks between them. We've chosen the size of the page. We've selected the margins that we want to work with. We've included section breaks. So when we start to format our book with the front, the middle, and the back matter, it would all come together nicely. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about a feature that Microsoft Word has built into it called heading styles. Heading styles are an amazing tool that will allow us to not just format the look of our individual chapters, but it would give us flexibility in terms of being able to generate a table of contents or scroll through our document quickly. I'll see you in the next lesson.